Hey everyone, it's Coffee with Eddie. We're in downtown Perrysburg and we're at Maddie and Bella's. Let's go inside and see who's waiting for us. Hey everyone, it's Eddie Campos with the Campos Real Estate Group of ReMax Preferred Associates. This is episode 28 of Coffee with Eddie. We're here with Tom Hosler, Perrysburg Schools, and we've been talking about the things that makes Perrysburg Schools so great. And Tom, one of the big and sticky questions is always funding for schools. Over in Maumee, I know because I'm a resident there, that we've got a levy that's going to be trying to go through on May 8th. And I've learned that the state has a certain number, and I think it's around $6,000 and some change per student that they feel needs to provide a quality education per student. But we don't get $6,000 and change. We get somewhere around $2,000 and change. How does that work, and how does that affect being a superintendent of such a great school district?
Sure. You know, we're fortunate that Perrysburg is a community that values education, and they continue to sacrifice to make sure that educational experience is meeting the community standards. And I think we also understand in Perrysburg that the better quality schools you have, the more likely your house is going to sell, frankly.
Sure.
So you have these families that want to get in because of the schools. So we understand we play an important role in that economic development and in this community. But Ohio school funding is challenging. I was a superintendent in Michigan before I came, so I've got experience in 2 different states with different funding mechanisms. Ohio is one of the most challenging because the way it is set up is that you have to go to the ballot. We get no additional new money when we are on the ballot. That's the only way. For example, we have a lot of growth in this community, so we have homes going in and new students that are enrolling every day. And you would think, the average person thinks, wow, that must be great for Perrysburg because you're getting all this additional money from the state, from the new students, and also from the growth. The problem is going back to the 1970s, there's a law that was put in place where the amount of money we pass for a levy is capped. It doesn't increase. So even though you're getting new students, even though there's a new manufacturing plant going in, everybody's taxes actually go down, and we're only able to collect that amount. So every few years, districts have to wrestle with how do we find money. And I think one of the great things that we've been able to do here is understand that you can go to your voters so often, and then what can we do? So we look at our budget very closely. We also implemented a program where we're raising private funds. We have a development director, so we're looking for other sources. So when we do go to the voters, it's essential, and it has to go towards sustaining what we need. And we're doing everything we can to partner with districts. You know, Maumee, we share a building for preschool. You know, Anthony Wayne, we share staff. So we're always looking for creative ways to make that happen. But,
So it sure does make it a little challenging for you, though.
Yes. One of the things in Michigan, the money came directly from the state, so we really didn't have levies unless we were building something new.
Sure.
Here, you're on the ballot. And I think I heard somewhere, and I don't quote me on this, but I think it's since 2000, there's been over 5,000 school levies in Ohio. So when people say, oh, Maumee's on the ballot or Perrysburg's on the ballot, why can't you guys manage your money well? We live on a fixed income, and we're getting new students, and we have to hire staff for those new students, but the money doesn't rise with that.
Sure.
And that really creates a challenge.
Well, and people will say that, you know, well, you need to run it like a business. Well, great, in a business, you're producing a product that makes money.
Right.
So we're not producing a product. The value is in our children. It's not in a product that we're trying to put out.
Yeah, and you know, if we had steel and rail cars and those kinds of things, you know, it gets a little different. But if we ran schools like a business, we wouldn't let every student in.
Right.
You know, we talked about report cards.
Right.
Well, we want a report card high quality standard.
Right.
We take every student and we do the best we can for every student. I'm glad we don't always look at that bottom line, but we do have to be responsible because there are limited resources available.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, I think the return on investment in this community, when you go to sell your home, it's not on the market very long, especially if they hire you, Eddie.
Sure.
If they're looking to make a change here in the community, people want in, and the schools have a lot to do with that.
I have one last very important question to ask you.
Yes.
This is a prediction. where's the bell going to end up in the fall of 2018 between Maumee and Perrysburg?
You know, that'll be our 100th meeting in football.
Yeah.
So it's a very special year. It's going to be, the game's going to be in Steinecker Stadium, and that bell is not going across that river.
Okay.
Mark it down, write it down. It's
All right.
not
We've got it on tape.
So.
Everyone, thanks for joining us again. It's been Coffee with Eddie. We've been talking with Tom Hosler with Perrysburg Schools. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.